Hello! What a beautiful day, and I'm in the woods. Life abounds. Birds are singing, people are talking, some are out walking. Me, I'm looking for certain species of plant. Here we have the bluebell, as many of you know, and here this little pinky purple one, this is the early purple orchid. This here, early purple orchid. It's got dark spots on its basal leaves. And the early purple orchid is synonymous to woodlands. You will see it in hedgerows and you will see it in fields, because fields are, or majority of fields were, I should say, woodlands and were cleared for farming. And that happens worldwide. But the early purple orchid, which I've just walked away from, which I'm now going back to, I should have mentioned this, is a very interesting flower, really, because in Turkey it has been used time immemorial. The root ball, or the bulb I should say, which is rather large, but if you get an ounce of it, dig it up, it has got enough nutrition in it to keep you going for a day. Gives you enough energy. But it would be criminal, and I mean it would be criminal, to dig up any orchid just to eat it to find out. Our flower species, although the bluebell is in abundance, certainly our orchid species are dwindling, as is a lot of our wildlife. But hopefully it'll fight back, and hopefully we'll do enough to nurture it. But I've come out anyway to do a little bit of foraging, just to show you a certain species which does grow in abundance in certain areas in the countryside and is very nutritional. Now, that plant is called pignut. It's of the Umbellifer family. It's got white flowers at the top in bracts. Normally 6 to 8, can be less, can be more. It doesn't stick to any governing rules on how it should grow or what it should look like with flower heads, but the leaves that go up and down the stem are feathery tendrils, and you need to know these distinguishing features so you don't eat the wrong plant, because there's another plant of the Umbellifer family called the sanicle, and at a push could be mistaken for pignut. But when I come across some, I'll show you. And I mean, when we're out here, you know, I've got a rucksack on my back with a bit of food in it if need be, so I don't really need to dig the food, but I will dig to show hopefully I'll have a success of getting the nut so I can show you what it looks like. So I'm climbing down a hill. There's no footpath here, just a trail that's been made by me over time. So it's a bit precarious at times, but who cares? I'm in a lovely woodland, reconnecting with nature. That's what it's all about, getting out and about. And if you want to eat natural food, you can't get more natural than wild. Now here, I'll just set up the tripod as best I can to use the wibbly wobbliness. There's a pig nut. Just here, this pig nut. And as I say, it's got feathery tendril leaves, or leaflets, if you want to call them that. And these are the bracts at the top. There's 2, 4, 6, 7 on that one. And on that one there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 on that one. Now, what you do is you follow you find the plant you want to dig, and you follow it down to the ground level, and you generally dig it with a knife, because 10 centimeters down or thereabouts at the end of the stem is a little nut. Now I'm going to go for this one because I don't really want to take the big one. What you do is you try, I may move to another plant. Oh no, see, I've snapped that off. That's the problem, they're very, very flimsy. Right, well, they never work with children or animals. Don't work with wildflowers that are flimsy. Right, I feel bad about doing this, to be honest, because I value everything myself in nature. But if you push down on your trowel, and I've always got a trowel with me because I do a bit of wild camping. Yeah. I don't want to dig it all up and find nothing, but there we have it. So what I'll do is I'll show you this. Now, unfortunately, the flower's gone. That's it. I've now killed the flower. I am a murderer. Yep, I am a murderer of wildflowers. But this is what I've been after. This is the tuber, and this is a corker. This is a big one. So I don't need to dig any more up, I just need this one. I do feel bad about it, but this, you scrape the skin off and you find the white flesh underneath. Now, in the past, they say that you should boil it in peppery water to give it flavour. But in the past they used to put pigs in the woodland and they'd grub it up, obviously, like truffles. Not as valuable as truffles, but I'm really lucky in finding this one. This is a real beaut of a find. Now, where'd I put my knife? Get my knife. Just a little lock knife. Nothing fancy, didn't cost me 400 quid. Still cuts alright. Inside you can see it's white flesh. I'm not really worried about washing it, because eating a bit of dirt is good for your immune system. My parents always told me. It's quite a sweet flavour. I will admittedly take the rest of that and I will wash it tonight, and I shall put it in a salad. That's going in my pocket. And it'll be going in there later into the big larder. But when you're out and about, I mean, admittedly I've just dug up a big one. I'm quite lucky, because normally they're smaller. They're normally about the same size as hazelnut, and that was a lucky find. And in showing you, what I'm trying to put across is when you forage, you've got to be very careful. Only take what you need. Don't take more than what you need. I mean, I could carry on digging around here. There's another, well, another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 plants that I could see. I could dig them all up and take them back and eat them, but I'll have wiped it out. And this is one of the problems that we do have in nature, that when you go into an area, when you go through on a hike or on a trail, you've got to remember the people following you, coming up behind you, you know, following the same route. So only take what you need. It's good practice, not only for us, but for nature as well. And I mean, don't really need to take it. We've got shops, but to reconnect to nature, just take a little bit, make you feel good. You found your own food, so I'm not knocking it, but be careful. You know, when you take from one area, it may only grow in that area. It may not grow anywhere else. So if you take everything out of the land, then you've wiped out the whole growth pattern for that area. So you've got to think about these things. I mean, pennywort, you'll find that growing. It's a succulent leaf, and I'm trying to think about what it looks like. It's called pennywort as well. It grows, you know, on walls, in hedges, and it's very fleshy, the leaf, and it's very nice tasting. And you can put it in salads and everything like that. A lot of this goes into salads, you know, salad mix. But that grows in abundance, whereas pignut, this plant, only grows really in certain woodlands where it's not too acidic. You will find it in acidic woodlands, but not generally in as much abundance as in here, because the acidification of the land isn't as bad because it's a deciduous woodland. But if you're in a conifer woodland, I've never found it myself. I may be proved wrong, but I personally have never found it. And all I'm saying is be careful when you're out picking wild food. Be careful how much you take. That's all really. Anyway, I shall now go back to wandering around, enjoying the bird song, and get on with the day. I hope you've found this of some interest, and I'll be back soon. Goodbye.